Kickstart summer at Lowe's with Memorial Day savings on major appliances like the Smart Whirlpool Top Load Washer, featuring the 2-in-1 removable agitator in a color you'll only find at Lowe's. Take it out for bulky items, leave it in for a more thorough clean. You can customize any load, plus skip steps with the Load and Go dispenser. Simply add detergent once and skip the refills. Memorial Day savings start now at Lowe's. Shop in-store or online today.
Take the next step toward the career you want, be it business, cybersecurity, healthcare, or more. UMGC can help you get there. No application fee when you apply by August 31st. Visit umgc.edu, certified to operate by Chev.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your home is going into foreclosure and you feel like a financial wreck. You don't know where to turn for accurate information. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne. Let's talk about some legal options. If we work quickly, we can propose a plan to save your home, modify the loan, or in many cases even eliminate your second mortgage. The consultation is free. I've helped hundreds of people just like you make informed decisions about whether to save their home or exit it on a reasonable, organized timeline. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
We now return to BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. That's where you can get the Odyssey app, by the way, from the App Store. And we're an Odyssey station, and so you can listen to us. But you know, there's also all these cool exclusive stations that Odyssey's got going on.
Brand new one. If you're a fan of Metallica and you want to hear other bands covering, because they're going to be putting out that record celebrating 30 years of the Black Album where all these artists are covering their songs. But how about you just check out the Odyssey station that's called Cover Me. Celebrate 30 years of the Black Album with a station dedicated to all the bands and artists that have covered Metallica.
See, that's the cool thing about the Odyssey app is you just never know what curated station they're going to throw up there that is going to have awesome stuff like that. I mean, what a timely and fun station, the Cover Me station. And there's plenty more. We got lots of Odyssey exclusive stations for you to listen to. And also you can listen to us on the Odyssey app. So, I mean, really, do you need anything else? I mean, all the audio that matters to you, you get it in one place. AUDACY, Odyssey. Download the app today.
Let's play B-Migs. It's time to play the game. So everybody scream his name. B-Migs, don't be a loser. Whoa, B-Migs, you're a loser.
It is time to beat Migs, and it's time to pump it up for Monday. Pump it up! Oh, yeah, time to get all pumped up! Ah! Wow, you really sound like you're pumped up.
Yeah, I'm not.
You're not.
I'm faking it.
And you're not
until I make it.
You're not making it.
No, I'm not. All right, fine. Let's get to our contestant today. We got Michael and Ording. Michael, are you there?
I am.
Excellent. All right, Steve, get out of here. Ah. For those playing at home, Michael will have 60 seconds to answer 10 questions. Michael, you can pass all you want, but you will only get 3 guesses per question. Are you ready?
Let's go.
Heisenberg is the nickname of the main character in which popular television series?
Breaking Bad.
Yes. Patrick Henry had the famous speech, "Give me liberty or what?"
Give me death.
Yes. What was Michael J. Fox's character name in Back to the Future?
Marty McFly.
Yes. What is the capital of California?
Sacramento.
Yes. Khloe Kardashian was married to which former basketball player?
Lamar Odom.
Yes. What kind of creatures were Flopsy and Mopsy in the first book by Beatrix Potter?
Bunnies.
Yes. What condiment did Smashing Pumpkins name a song after in 1993?
Pass.
The New York Mets colors are blue, white, and what other color?
Orange.
Yes. On Mount Rushmore, which one of the presidents is wearing a jacket?
Washington.
Yes. What rock musician is known as the Motor City Madman?
Ted Nugent.
Yes. What condiment did Smashing Pumpkins name a song after in 1993?
Ketchup, mustard, relish.
No, no, no. All solid guesses, though. 9 out of 10.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. That's not bad. You know something? I got a question for you later.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
All right. Are we back to controversy?
Yes. But then again, it could very well just be I always made the mistake of thinking a certain thing was a thing.
Oh, so interesting.
Yeah. So it may very well be that I don't know what I'm talking about.
Either I don't know what I'm talking about, or you just learned something today.
Yeah, I think I might have just learned something today.
This is exciting. We'll have to see. Steve, you're back, and are you ready?
Yes.
Heisenberg is the nickname of the main character in which popular television series?
Breaking Bad.
Yes. Patrick Henry had the famous speech, "Give me liberty or what?"
Give me Taco Bell.
No.
Give me death.
Yes. What was Michael J. Fox's character name in Back to the Future?
Marty McFly.
Yes. What is the capital of California?
Weed.
No.
Crap. Sacramento.
Yes. Khloe Kardashian was married to what former basketball player?
Oh boy. He had a interesting go. Lamar Odom.
Yes, he did. What kind of creatures were Flopsy and Mopsy in the first book by Beatrix Potter?
I don't know. Are they turtles?
No.
They're frogs?
No.
Were they raccoons?
No. What condiment did Smashing Pumpkins name a song after in 1993?
Mayonnaise.
Yes.
Mayonnaise.
Yes. The New York Mets colors are blue, white, and what other color?
Orange.
Yes. On Mount Rushmore, which one of the presidents is wearing a jacket?
Washington.
Yes.
Nice.
What rock musician is known as the Motor City Madman?
Ted Nugent.
Yes. And Steve, you and Michael tied 9-9.
Oh, I'm so sorry you didn't get your song.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Yeah. Good job,
I'm not
Michael.
sorry you didn't get your song.
Yeah, there you
Last
go.
time I was on, Rev almost had an accident and Sarah had to fill in, so this is my first official.
How about that? Well, look at that. And today, no accidents, keeping everything in the stomach, I guess. So, yeah, good.
What?
I don't know. I don't have to poop right now, that's all.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good news. You know, it's so nice. Michael makes a comment and you bring it back to you. That's really cool.
Well,
That's empathy right there.
The two questions that each of you got wrong, actually the other person got correct. Michael actually knew that Flopsy and Mopsy were rabbits in Beatrix Potter.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't even know what Beatrix Potter is.
She was an author, that did like Peter Rabbit. And stuff like that. So children's books, which I was afraid that you might know about, but apparently you're not there with those ones yet.
We're right now reading the Chomping Shark book. Which
the Chomping Shark book?
It's a book where the shark can move its mouth and you chomp things.
That sounds amazing.
It's pretty awesome. You can put your finger in the middle of it and it chomps on it. It's kind of cool.
That is awesome. BJ, what was the thing that you learned?
It just goes to show you watching things on television, and if you've never really seen it up close, it's happened twice in my life in the world of baseball, where I always assumed the colors of the Mets were purple and orange. I did not know they were blue and orange.
You thought that was purple?
All my entire time, wow. I always thought the Mets had purple.
Oh,
and
wow.
I never knew it was blue and orange. That is blowing my mind. I always thought that's purple because, you see games on television. I remember every time I watched the Yankees on TV because, and this was years ago before high def, I always thought they were black. I thought their colors were black the whole time.
It's a very, very dark blue. I could see that.
Yeah, and I remember I embarrassed myself. I said, those Yankees, and the black pinstripes, I hate them. And they go, what do you mean black pinstripes? I'm like, wait, and then someone says, their colors are blue. I'm like, what?
But the Mets logo, it does kind of have a tint. It almost feels a little bit purple-ish. Like they've kind of had different blues, I think, over the course of their time. And like right now, it looks, at least when I look at it like quickly, it does have a purplish feel.
And it might be the orange that makes me think that. You know what I mean? When you put certain colors, I would have bet hundreds of dollars that they were purple and orange, which I think is a good combo. But I guess they're blue and orange.
Yeah, like Odyssey. The Odyssey stuff is all purple and orange now, and it's definitely different from the Mets logo.
Is it definitely purple? Because I don't even know blue for all I know.
I hope it's purple. Well, congratulations on your tie, Steve.
Thank you.
Yeah, good job, Steve. You're a hell of a guy. We got a new study that found out the average person doesn't believe they are middle-aged until they hit. What do you guys think? What do you think makes you middle-aged?
I mean, I'd say 45-ish. I think people think they're going to live till they're 90.
45 was my exact answer.
Yeah.
I was going to say 50. It's like hoping
50.
for 100.
50 feels right, though.
Yeah.
I mean, I would say like 50, 45, 50, though.
If you're a woman, because women live longer, I would say sure you could. I would say you think you could get to 90, so 45 would be it. But if you're a dude, I mean, come on, you maybe 80 is probably. I think, who knows? Maybe with technology and everything, but. I always thought 40 was middle age for me because I thought if I'm lucky if I get to 80, especially when I took a look at all the men that I grew up with in my life when they passed away, they all passed away like in their late 60s, their early 70s.
It's crazy to think there was once a time where 20 was the midlife. Right? When you hear those stories of people dying around 40, 50 years old back in the olden days.
Oh, the way olden days. Yeah. Well, Steve, you hit it close. 47 years old is what people are thinking they're going to live to 94 years old, apparently.
Seems like a good life.
Yeah. I mean, it's a good life if you think you're going to live to 94. But I take a look at celebrities, or people who have money, and that's what I'm like. Wow, if that guy died, this is what I always do. If that famous person died at 80, what chance do I have? Because they had all the money in the world to get the best medical care. That's what I think of every time somebody who's really famous passes away young, or at least whatever. Any kind of. I'm like, okay, well, I'm done. I got no shot. Yeah, and so then people said, all right, they were asked, what are the signs that you're becoming middle-aged? And it turns out that...
we talk about Seinfeld on this show.
Yeah. Right? Yeah, you may think middle age is around 47 on average like people do, but the signs happen a lot earlier than 47 years old that make you think you're middle-aged. So, Steve, you talked about this recently. You said you wanted to be able to get off the floor, and you really want, so you're exercising and stretching so you can actually get up.
Yeah.
Feeling stiff is one of the big signs of feeling middle-aged. And not the good stiff, Steve. Not the good stiff.
Right. I guess then the joke will be taking Viagra. That's another sign of,
yeah.
Hey, you. Yeah, dude, for sure. Like the whole idea of just, not having to take several minutes to warm the body up to be able to get up if you've been sitting on the floor for an extended period of time. That's kind of important.
And has anybody besides you feeling that, Steve? Feeling a little stiff?
Oh, absolutely.
There we go.
Seriously, I had to, when I went to the doctor, they're like, yeah, your shoulders are just going to hurt because you're older. And I was like, first off, that's rude. And why do both of my shoulders hurt from sleeping?
How the hell do you sleep? Do you sleep on your head?
I sleep on my side, apparently, and I dig in really deep. Apparently I burrow my shoulder into the bed, and it just stays there for hours, and then I wake up and I can't move my arm.
Yep, that'll happen.
See, I'm not even 32 yet, but I'm feeling it in my hands. Definitely when it comes to, gripping something, when I have to... Shut up.
I'm crazy.
You didn't say anything.
I know what you were thinking, Steve. We have the same brain.
That's awesome.
But if I have a screwdriver or when I have to paint something, holding something for too long, my hands feel like they're stuck and I can't get them unstuck.
Yeah.
Yay, old.
How about groaning when you bend down? Anybody got that going on?
Yeah, the dad groan.
Yeah, my wife laughs at me all the time whenever I'm like, ugh. Doing stuff like that.
I think it's more getting up for me, not necessarily bending down. When I have to get off the couch after sitting for a while, I'm just like, ugh.
I got out of the car today, and I was making an effort not to groan. It was just it was an accomplishment just because I breathed heavy and didn't just make a noise.
Good job, buddy.
And then my wife will she'll do that, she'll laugh at me, but then she does things to me that will kind of speed up that process. The other day, she's over the weekend, she's like, why don't we do one of the card workouts together? We don't ever work out together. She's like, why don't we do one of those things together? I'm like, sure, I'm up for it. And then it's like when you have a deck of cards and you pull a card, it tells you how many burpees to do or how many sit-ups to do or how many kettlebell swings or this jump squat thing that she would tell me. And it's we get through it in about 30 minutes together, and I'm feeling pretty good. Then I get that feeling like I'm going to die. And then the next morning, I get the feeling I can't move.
I would say the next day you can't do anything.
Oh, dude, Sunday was brutal when I first got out of bed. And I'm and she's like, what, are you getting old? And I'm like, well, yeah, you just murdered me yesterday with this damn workout.
I love that. What are you getting old? And this is somebody who's, who's younger than you. And it's you're like, you know what? I'll see you in 20 years and then we'll have this conversation again.
DJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
Make your kitchen ready for every summer gathering this Memorial Day with LG and Lowe's. Our exclusive InstaView appliance suite includes ranges with air fry, refrigerators with slow melting craft ice, and an exclusive dishwasher you can only find at Lowe's. Plus, you'll get up to 10% back via a MasterCard prepaid card when you bundle eligible LG products via rebate. Shop Memorial Day savings at Lowe's. Offer valid 3/3 through 5/18 on select LG items only. See Lowe's.com/rebates for details and timing.
You know, I'm glad we can take this time for ourselves.
I know, me too. It's nice going on new adventures, experiencing new things, and creating new memories again. I missed you when you seemed lost in your gambling.
Well, I'm back and ready to visit new places and see new sights. Oh, and try new foods.
Yes, new foods.
If gambling is creating a problem for you, call the Washington State Helpline at 1-800-547-6133 or visit evergreencpg.org.
Take the next step toward the career you want, be it business, cybersecurity, healthcare, or more. UMGC can help you get there. No application fee when you apply by August 31st. Visit umgc.edu, certified to operate by Chev.
Hey guys, Matt McAllister here. Now look, all couples argue or disagree from time to time, but when that comes your norm and you find yourself, drifting apart, it might be time to reconsider that relationship. Look, I've been there. It's not easy on anybody, but if you do need professional, compassionate help, you might want to talk with the folks at Family Law Solutions. They're the partner you need when times get really tough. They provide solutions from adoption to prenuptial agreements to divorce and child support. And you don't have to go this alone. Get started today at FamilyLawSolutionsNorthwest.com.
This is BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW. Hey, you got something to say? I got something to say. They're wild, rapid, and on the loose. This is Listeners on the Loose.
The Rock of Seattle, it's Listeners on the Loose. You pick the topic, you guide the show at 206-421-ROCK. You can also text us at 77999. It is a simple concept. You get to take control of this show. But, Steve, if you don't follow his rule,
you got to show some energy and bring it, BJ. Otherwise, you get the gongaroo. And we say goodbye to you.
Goodbye, old friend.
The gongaroo. Wasn't that like a live bunch of concerts? The gongaroo? Wasn't that
Bonnaroo, but close enough. Yeah.
All right, fair enough. That's what it is. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999.
Somebody just had a question for us saying, Vicky, I know that you have an OnlyFans.
Yes, I do.
Are you worried about it backfiring you? Because I asked, because I saw some lady's kids were kicked out of a school because they had an OnlyFans, or she had an OnlyFans page, not the kids. That'd be very weird if the kids had the OnlyFans.
So wait, a lady was, so she's saying some lady got kicked out of where because of?
Her kids got kicked out of school because the mom had an OnlyFans page.
Why would they kick the kids out of school for that? That's odd to me.
It was a Catholic school.
Oh, there we go.
And I guess some people, apparently she's very popular. She's known as Mrs. Poindexter on OnlyFans.
Oh, she's my favorite.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, and all three of her kids were expelled from the school because of what was going on. I guess other parents were freaking out, and I don't understand.
My question is, how did they find out about it? I'm guessing one dad subscribed, the mom found out.
Mrs. Poindexter looks like Crystal, who's the mom of the other kid.
And then,
not that I would know that.
Right.
I just, the thumbnail and the regular picture, I mean, come on, anybody can see the resemblance. Sure they could.
And the wife freaked out. It's like, wait, why are you paying for OnlyFans? Wait, who is this?
Mrs. Poindexter.
I'm not okay with this.
Boy, it's tough. I mean, if you look, when you go to a school that has a religious affiliation, you're taking your chances that your life, something you might do in your life might not be cool with their philosophy. And I feel like, well, that's what happens when you go to a religious school. You just have to know that going in, that they might be able to say, look, this is not cool with what we believe. You need to shape up or ship out. Though I would like to believe that, because teachers used to get in trouble back in the day for doing stuff that really, it's like, well, they're not doing it in class. What difference does it make? But boy, especially female teachers were held to a really double and a very high double standard.
But in this situation, it wasn't even a teacher. She was just a mom of some kids. But apparently I'm reading about Mrs. Poindexter. Never heard of her, of course. But apparently she pulls in $150,000 a month.
A month?
I need to step up my game.
Right?
I will tell you this, Steve. The oldest rivals in the world are pornography and religion. because both really soothe the masses. And I know years ago, lots of folks that were in big religion were like, we cannot let pornography get going because then they won't turn to us anymore. And so, yeah, in the world, like ancient world of business, man, pornography and religion are considered big business rivals.
I should probably clarify that I don't actually do porn. I don't get.
Good call. Oh, so you do religion is what you do.
Yes,
Okay. So
it's my post religious. Like we come
you're
in.
posted like what? Like would you say like PG-13? Or PG-19?
Somewhere between there, like an.
Oh, sure. Here we go.
It's not quite as graphic as an R, but it's definitely not PG-13.
Okay.
And she doesn't want us to see it, Steve, so it can't be.
I don't want to see it.
Even if I take a pretty selfie, I don't like. It's kind of weird to show it off to you. Like I
don't mind seeing pictures of people looking pretty. I mean, you know,
I do. I hate looking at pretty pictures.
Yeah, I'm only saying this as a point of clarification. It's not porn. But it's also not something you'd show your parents, I'm thinking, right?
Think of like when people it's really popular to do the boudoir sessions.
Yes.
Where they're wearing like lingerie. They're fairly like, you don't see any nipplage or anything like that. That's kind of what I'm doing.
Gotcha. Would it feel awkward if somebody you knew saw these pictures?
Oh, I have a few friends on there.
That follow you?
Yes.
Nice. That's a friend showing some support.
Right. And I told them that. And I'm like, you could have just asked for the pictures. I probably would have just given them to you. No, I'm just kidding. I wouldn't.
Somebody said that this Poindexter lady also has an Instagram account and a whole lot of pictures in her negligee.
Oh, really?
So I don't know if it's just having an OnlyFans account that's gotten her in trouble.
All right, Vicky, when you see some of the pictures she has on Instagram, you can tell us if your pictures are better, of that line, or you don't go that far. Yeah. Does Instagram allow nudity? I can't remember.
No, Twitter, all bets are off.
All right. So there we go. So we'll see where she is compared to Poindexter on Instagram.
She's got some thongs on in these pictures. I'm looking at them.
All right. Well, Vicky,
$150,000 a month she's pulling in. That's what $1.8 million a year.
And Vicky's she's pulling in at least $150 a year, I think, with this. So it's very close.
Yeah. If I'm her, I'd be like, oh well, big deal. I'm homeschooling. I'm getting easy money.
Steve, if you're her, you're pretty much going to stay in your room and accost yourself.
Yes.
Yeah, if you're her.
Yeah, I mean, minus the whole her being a Kansas City Chiefs fan. I mean, it's pretty cool.
Oh, wow, that's even more annoying. Whoa, hey.
Wow.
Those private schools are expensive. You got to pay for those.
Okay, so some of those, now, Vicky, you're right. In the shots you're showing me, we're not seeing any nipplage or anything else like that. But, I mean, those are definitely shots you wouldn't show everybody.
She could be in a bra and panties match back in the old WWF days.
So, Vicky, are you doing that kind of stuff too, Vicky?
So something like, tank top and underwear picture, something like that.
That's it? That's as far as you go?
I'm a little self-conscious about the midsection at the moment because the COVID-15 turned into the COVID 25.
I see. Well, how about that one picture where she's bending over and she's showing the latest thong?
You got to do that, Vicky? You got to do the bend over with the thong?
I may or may not have done something like that.
That's what I want. Okay. Steve, now we know. I want the truth about this OnlyFans site is all I'm saying. I don't want come on.
You don't want the truth.
Yeah. No, you're right. I can't handle the truth. So, all right.
Somebody want to know, do your parents know that you have an OnlyFans account?
Well, I'm sure they do now. No. I haven't told them.
Is it like something that's like just like unspoken? We know it, but we're not talking about it?
I mean, if they know it, we haven't talked about it. I'm sure somebody from my dad's job has come up to him and told him.
Oh, I'm sure he loves that.
I know. Which, by the way, don't be a snitch. Come on.
Yeah.
Snitches
it's too late for that. It's too small a world.
I will say, however, when I create my content, it is very difficult to do it with parents and a toddler running around.
Yeah, you can be like, hey, Mom, can you take this picture?
Right, I'm trying to do a video, and all you hear is like this toddler scratching at the door. I'm in a meeting!
But Vicky, if they found out you can make $150,000 a year, I think all of a sudden they probably would want to go into business with you.
BJ, $150,000 a month.
A month?
That's what Mrs. Poindexter's pulling in.
Oh, well, forget it, Vicky. Your parents will be like, yeah, we're doing this. We don't care. Vicky, take it all off at this point. We want $150,000 a month. I mean,
take this all off.
I might have to subscribe to her.
Yeah.
I like her bio. Average mom, 44, senior executive in technology, computer engineer.
44?
Mom, hunter, secret hot wife, and internet model.
Shh. She's 44? Those pictures, are those pictures new that we saw on Instagram?
Yeah.
She does not look 44.
Yeah, she's 44.
Wow, she takes a good picture. Mm-hmm. Good job there, Miss Poindexter. Mm-hmm. So, Steve,
Yes,
do you think then the Catholic school should just be too bad, just let her do what she wants, or do you think, well, I mean, they got their rules and it's probably against,
Man. I mean, this is why I probably can never run a Catholic school for many reasons. But my thing would just be like, hey, who cares? Like, that's her business. Like, what do you care, parent?
Well, see, there's some. I mean,
chill the F out. Like, so what? She's taking pictures and putting them on the internet. If you don't like it, don't subscribe and don't look at it.
Now, last time I checked, I haven't been a Catholic in a while, but last time I checked, women behaving that way was considered untoward back in my Catholic days. I don't know if they've relaxed it or not in the religion, but they care because women should not act that way.
But can't you just go to confessional and you're just absolved and then you can go and do it again?
Yeah, that is the get out of jail free card, which I never understood about our religion because I kept saying that's one of the reasons why I'm not that anymore and why the priests hated me because I'm like, what's the point of me confessing and act of contritioning if I'm just going to be this revolving door of sin? I don't understand.
Dude, when I was a teen, that was the worst, doing the whole confessional thing, going in there and talking. Just you had this weird pressure you put on yourself. You're like, well, they're going to know if I'm lying. So then you start telling things that you probably shouldn't. You know what I mean? I don't like telling the priest and then I'm a young man.
Silence is
finding
really
out about my own body, and I have to. I'm saying this, and I'm admitting to it. It's like I feel bad for that priest on the other end. It's like, yeah, I know we tell you to tell us everything, but you don't need to tell me that.
Yeah, that's.
And then on Thursday, I cranked it again, Father. What? You don't want to know this.
The priest is like, I am very surprised you could see your way to get into this booth as much as you crank it, young man.
My hands are going to get hairy. They're not hairy at all, Father.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, dude. I wonder, and then you just wonder about the ones that really just want to, basically yank the chain of the priest and just go in there and just tell them all these stories, or horrific stories, and don't you have priest confidentiality or something like that? You go in there, well, hi, my name's Dexter, and
jeez,
and these are my sins.
Yeah, I always had that weird fear of not telling everything, and then I think I probably just bored the living hell out of the priest, and I hated the confessionals. It was such a
when he throw you hey kid, get out of here until you have some real sense. My God, we got
boring me.
Come on, we got people in line that got some sense, kid. Get out of here.
Get to the chorus.
Right? It's like, cool. You didn't look both ways when crossing the street. That's a fascinating story, Stephen.
Yeah,
now leave.
Yeah, you know what? Don't go out and say anything except I am stupid. Chant that 4 times.
Probably takes a nap while he's listening. Somebody's I got Steven, I got his brother Greg, and then John. I could sleep through all 3 of those.
This would be great. Let me get my pillow.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW. You're listening to BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW. BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock.
9.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. It's listeners on the loose. You pick the topic. You guide the show at 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999.
Oh, someone has a very fun question to ask all of us. If you could have any celebrity owe you a personal favor, what celebrity would that be, and what would the favor be?
Whoa. Wow. If I could have a celebrity owe me a personal favor. Well, currently it's going to be Sonequa Martin Green or it could be Patrick Stewart. I'm going to take either one of them.
Who is Sonequa Martin Green?
Well, I know you don't know, but she's Captain Michael Burnham of the Starship Discovery, and of course, Patrick Stewart. Those are the 2 Star Trek shows going on right now, and I would love to be on one of the shows. So if she was my friend, I'd be like, or if Patrick Stewart was my friend, either one of them, I go, okay, I would love to be on an episode because, man, I was so close to being on an episode, but Bob Rivers beat me out in the contest.
I can't give you a hard time about that because mine is at first thought was I'm going to have The Rock be the celebrity. And the favor is that he's got to put us in a match at WrestleMania.
Nice.
Might as well.
Yeah.
If I'm going to go, I might as well go big. If anyone can make it happen, WWE's going to listen to whatever The Rock says.
That's a fact.
Have you guys watched Young Rock, the show on NBC?
I watched a little bit of it. It looks pretty. It's a pretty cute show.
It's a pretty well done show. Yeah, I enjoy it, and my wife is digging it. And she's not a huge wrestling fan, but she's enjoying just the backstory of The Rock. You just realize what a crazy life he lived, and just when he talks about the struggles that he has, they put it in a very fun filter, but. him and his family were going through some hard times, like when he was growing up.
Oh yeah, and the kid they got playing him, boy, when it's so important when you cast somebody in a role, and if you get a child that's just got some great charisma, and that kid he's adorable.
Well, they have all different kids because they bounce around. It sounds like you haven't watched.
Oh, so I haven't. So they got different aspects of his life. I haven't seen that much of it.
The whole show is just him constantly flashing back to certain points in his life. So it could be him in college, it could be him as a teenager, it could be him as a child. So it's been a lot of fun, and all the actors that they got playing The Rock do a great job.
Oh, wow, that's really trippy. You know what? I did not expect that because I only watched a little bit of it, and I thought, okay, we're going to just watch it. I don't know. I just thought we were going to watch that part of his life when they showed the first episode where he's watching his dad in the ring.
Yeah, at first I thought it was going to be like they're going to start at a young age and then kind of like just keep moving and moving, but they keep bouncing back and forth from him as a presidential candidate in the 2030s, which is how like the premise of the show is that he's running for president, doing a tell-all interview, and he's flashing back on past moments in his life.
So you know what's going to happen, Steve.
What's that?
Because every show jumps the shark, So when this show is on for 7 seasons or whatever, then they're going to just do like the KFC Colonel. And they're just going to get a bunch of people playing The Rock who really could be anybody. Because they have nothing else to do to make it interesting, and so they'll get anybody to play The Rock.
That kind of sounds fantastic, actually.
I wouldn't mind it if like, say, Leslie Jones plays the 3-year-old Rock. She just shows up. And
Leslie Jones?
Anybody. That's what they have with the Colonel. They have anybody playing the Colonel. So that's what it could be like.
Fair.
It's just different parts of The Rock's life. You just get the most ridiculous people to play different parts of his life that they so don't belong in those parts. Like get a really young person to play The Rock at like 35.
I gotta think that this show is probably. I don't know if they're gonna have more than a couple seasons. Maybe they will, but I don't know if it's a show that's going to have like legs for a long time. I think it'll be a fun show for while it lasts, though.
I'm with you. I'm watching Resident Alien, wondering like how people want to have shows on for a long time, and I'm thinking how long can they go with the premise besides before all of us lose interest, But I wonder about that, Steve. Like you're right, 2 seasons seems like that's all we want, but they usually want you to get 5 to 7.
And they should bring it back like how they used to do, like the miniseries, like where you just didn't have you had like a 8 episodes and that was the show, and it's done. Like the Flight Attendant on HBO Max. I don't think they're coming back for a second season, are they?
They set it up like they could.
Okay, because I got the vibe that this was just like a mini series, and
Did you watch the whole thing?
Yeah.
Oh, I
know what you mean, but I thought I read that it was a miniseries, and I was like, oh, okay, well, they set it up that they could, but I didn't think they were going to. But I could be wrong.
What you mean. I didn't realize that. I hope they come back with it, because I really want to see what's next for her, but you're right, they could easily end it where they ended it.
At the end of January, HBO confirmed that The Flight Attendant will be back for round 2.
Never mind.
Yeah.
Basically going to murder someone else, and then...
I have no idea, but
okay,
the positive response to the show,
She didn't murder anybody.
I know.
No, the fun thing about that show is that basically she was always under suspicion of being something, and then at the end of the show, she's actually going to be that something, which I thought was a really cool story arc, and hopefully that doesn't spoil anything for anybody. But
I think it kind of just spoiled all of it, didn't it?
Well, you don't know what I'm talking about.
Well.
I mean, really?
Way to go, BJ.
I mean, once you watch the first episode, you kind of figured, hopefully no one will remember what you just said.
Okay, good. There you go.
All right, Rev, if you got a favor from a celebrity, what is it? Who is it?
I'm going to go with Seth Rogen.
Oh, nice.
Is it weed based?
Oh, yeah. He just started his own weed line, weed strain or whatever.
That is such a shock.
Yeah, like his own business. So he's really stoked about that. So yeah, it would be something like that, and call in those favors and be like, hey,
can I get some of that indica?
Basically.
See, and I would go for Seth Rogen to see if he can. Again, it's all about walk-ons. I want to walk on in The Boys. That's why I would go with Seth Rogen.
Or all the different things. I mean, he's doing so many different stuff. You have to imagine that eventually he'll do another project.
And there's a TV show called The Boys. Not that you just want to walk in on some boys.
I mean,
that's a really good point to make.
Yeah. Thank you, Steve.
Phrasing. Vicky?
Definitely Robert Downey Jr., because he's got massive pull at Marvel. I want to be in an MCU movie or show or both.
I love how we're all just trying to except for Rev, he just wants weed. Yeah. The rest of us are going way unrealistic.
Well, duh, that's the point, right? Yeah. Oh my God!
Wow, you didn't go with John. You didn't go with. Geez, I'm trying to think. I guess Robert Downey Jr. is one that got the most pull.
I feel like he even gave his blessing with Tom Holland. I think he was part of the reason why Tom Holland got hired. So he got Spider-Man. I think he can put me in as a tiny little character somewhere.
Now I'm thinking of Jon Favreau, man, so I can get into the Mandalorian or any of those Star Wars shows they're doing.
He's in everything. He does, Marvel. He does, Mandalorian, Star Wars. He's done Elf. He does everything. So
he's got that chef show. You know what? I want Jon Favreau because we have a day. It would be take me on your chef show. We'll go eat great food with some awesome celebrities. Then you can put me in a Marvel movie. Then put me in a Star Wars movie. Okay, I'm changing my mind. Sorry, Sonequa. Sorry, Patrick. It's Jon Favreau.
Just with Jon Favreau's shadow.
Yeah, that's all I want to be. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. It's listeners on the loose.
This texture is brought from, I clearly am not paying attention to all the story behind Tom and Jerry, but if this is, I can't imagine he's making this up because every time you talk about Tom and Jerry, I mean to call or text about this. Did you know the original series finale had them both commit suicide by train?
What?
In the show, Tom is sitting on the railroad tracks depressed about his girlfriend leaving him for another cat. When Jerry comes along, tries to cheer him up, telling they weren't still talking at that point, but he's talking about the girlfriend. And then at the end of the episode, we see Jerry's girl driving off with another mouse, and then Jerry joins Tom on the tracks just as the oncoming train is about to hit them both.
This was I had to look this up. It's called Blue Cat Blues.
What year is this?
This is before they were talking, so it's got to be like 70s or 60s, right?
56.
Oh, geez.
50s.
Yeah.
Well,
it was one real animation.
Yeah.
And it's often considered the darkest Tom and Jerry cartoon. It actually happened, but it's not the actual finale of the cartoon. It was just a really dark short.
Well, that's really sad.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. They needed the bulldog guy to come over and be like, hey, come on, guys, suck it up. We'll find you some new broads.
Yeah, look at that. Oh, look at there's somebody just driving off.
Oh, she's getting married, the cat.
Oh, she got married. She got married to a dog?
I don't know.
She left him for a dog.
Or is it another cat? That was a cat.
I couldn't tell. He looked kind of dog-like to me, but he's a dirty dog for doing that to Tom.
And then he's crushing a glass of milk, Tom is, at the bar.
Oh, yeah, there he is. You know something? Now, think about the time, though. This is the 50s, and there's a Christmas movie. We talked about it when we this past holiday season, like the top Christmas movies. I can't think of the name of it. I think Jack Lemmon was in it, but I was like, this is a weird Christmas movie because it's about suicide. And for some reason, it was during the Christmas season. During those years in the early 60s and late 50s, I think this was their way of being able to talk about a serious issue that they didn't know how to fix it. They didn't know.
It's a Wonderful Life?
The Apartment.
Oh, The Apartment.
The Apartment,
yeah. It came out in 1960.
Yeah, but you're right. Also, It's a Wonderful Life, Steve. Also, he thought about, what's the point of me being around?
Right, he's going to jump off a bridge.
Yeah. So
But Tom and Jerry's a cartoon.
Well, they try to teach us kids, man.
What,
when I was
someone
growing
dumps
up,
you, go get hit by a train?
Well,
what are we teaching them?
They would always tell stories to us that, they were, don't do this. Yeah. And they were pretty heavy-handed because for kids, you got to be heavy-handed. Even though they were adult themes, like it's like what am I, 5? I don't have a girlfriend. I don't have a girlfriend that's going to leave me for a guy in a sports car. I'm 5. But okay, this is what they put in the cartoons.
Well, in the new movie, they get hooked on meth together. That's kind of the whole. And then that's when I turned it off. I was like, this is too heavy.
Yeah. So but it's a hybrid live action. So we got Heisenberg. Is he's
that's what I was waiting. Is like it should be a cartoon Breaking Bad with Tom and Jerry. I kind of want to watch that.
I would have went to the theaters to see that.
It is amazing how clumsy they were to try to teach children to do the right thing. Because in some way, I'm sure they wanted to.
But what was the right thing? At one point, Tom was going to go. Jerry tried to talk him out of it, but then Jerry gets dumped, so Jerry joins in on the train party.
Yeah, you're right. I'm not sure where the positive message is at the end of that story.
No. That sounds like someone who's just sick of making Tom and Jerry cartoons. Like, you know what? Screw you. Screw everyone. I hate this damn cartoon. I'm going to kill them off.
Yeah, that would be like if Clarence just basically pushed George over the bridge and go, yeah, this is, you know what, you're right. You shouldn't be here. It's a wonderful death.
It's like, I hate children. I'm going to make a cartoon because I hate children.
Right. You know, Rev, some of those cartoons.
Have fun with this one, parents.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. I owe a lot of back taxes. Can bankruptcy help me?
Bankruptcy can discharge back taxes under certain circumstances. Some types of taxes are never dischargeable, like if you have taxes from an employee, if you ran a business and didn't pay employee taxes or sales taxes. Those types of taxes cannot be discharged in bankruptcy. However, most people don't have those kind of taxes. Most people have just regular income taxes. If you owe income taxes and you filed your tax returns but just weren't able to pay the taxes, if the taxes are more than 3 years old and you filed the tax returns, those types of taxes can be discharged in bankruptcy in most circumstances, especially through a Chapter 13 case.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com. Thanks for listening.
Kickstart summer at Lowe's with Memorial Day savings on major appliances like the smart Whirlpool top-load washer featuring the 2-in-1 removable agitator in a color you'll only find at Lowe's. Take it out for bulky items, leave it in for a more thorough clean. You can customize any load, plus skip steps with the Load and Go dispenser. Simply add detergent once and skip the refills. Memorial Day savings start now at Lowe's. Shop in-store or online today.
Take the next step toward the career you want, be it business, cybersecurity, healthcare, or more. UMGC can help you get there. No application fee when you apply by August 31st. Visit umgc.edu, certified to operate by Chev.
You know, I'm glad we can take this time for ourselves.
I know, me too. It's nice going on new adventures, experiencing new things, and creating new memories again. I missed you when you seemed lost in your gambling.
Well, I'm back and ready to visit new places and see new sights. Oh, and try new foods.
Yes, new foods.
If gambling is creating a problem for you, call the Washington State Helpline at 1-800-547-6133 or visit evergreencpg.org.